It's been 6 years since Playboy magazine founder Hugh Hefner passed away, aged 91. And regardless of what you thought of him, the media mogul's death made news right around the world.
By his side until the end was Hugh's wife, Crystal Hefner. In the years since his passing, the model and author has taken some time away from the spotlight, but now she's back and excited to forge a new future. Crystal Hefner joins us now from LA. Lovely to see you, Crystal.
Hey.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
You've entered this new phase of your life. You've got so many projects at the moment. But can we just go back to the start? Do you remember your first visit to the Playboy mansion?
Yes, I remember my first visit. I came to a party. So I submitted a photo to come to a party at the Playboy mansion. And that's how it all started.
Okay. Hey, in today's world post Me Too, do you think the Playboy mansion, that whole concept could even exist?
Absolutely not. I actually thought about it the other day, and Hef passed away in September 2017, and the Me Too movement happened in October 2017, so it's almost like he dipped out right in time.
Yeah, could see the writing on the wall. And like you say, to submit a photo to attend a party, I mean, that's just, in today's world, that's just unthinkable, isn't it? You've just launched your first podcast, and it's called Beneath the Surface. So what's it all about?
So I have a book coming out at the end of January, and leading up to the book, I started this podcast, Beneath the Surface, just talking to my friends and just leading up to the book launch. And once the book launches, I'm going to go through chapter by chapter, kind of breaking down the book and the themes. I'm going to have a lot of specialists on to talk about different things and, you know, hopefully help some people. I know that my situation at the mansion was very unique, but I think there are other people out there who have gone through similar situations of, you know, maybe control or other type of things that weren't so favorable. So if I can help people with the podcast, that's kind of my goal.
It sounds like you've had lots and lots to work through in the last few years.
Yes. So I've been seeing a therapist for about 5 years and unpacking everything that I experienced at the mansion.
So the memoir is called Only Say Good Things, Surviving Playboy and Finding Myself. What inspired that title?
Well, I made a promise to Hef that after he passed, I would only say good things about him. And I kept that promise up until now because I feel that people need to know the truth. I feel the place was so public that I owe it to people to let them know like a different side. I feel Hef controlled the narrative for so long that it's important to hear other perspectives, especially women's point of view from the mansion.
Yeah, Crystal, if we asked you to summarise that, and we don't have hours, we could talk to you for a long, long time, but if we asked you to summarise Hugh as a man now, looking back, what would you say? What would you tell us?
He was a man who created this fantasy world and this fantasy bubble, and he lived inside of that bubble, and he was very protected in it. So definitely whatever he said went, and he had a lot of yes people around him. So he could be in this powerful bubble and kind of dictate everything. And, you know, I was spun up in his whirlwind, and it was his world. It was Hef's world. He lived beyond his own wildest dreams.
Well, in the podcast, the first episode is with your stepson, Marston Hefner. Is it true this is going to be your first discussion with him since you passed?
Yes. So it is strange to this day to call him my stepson because we're about 4 years apart in age. But he is my stepson, and we have a great conversation. I think I relate to him very well because we were both introverted in the mansion, and that made it extra hard with the revolving door and people constantly in and out. So it was a wonderful conversation to be able to sit with him and kind of go over everything we had gone through.
Did Marston get dragged into that world, Crystal?
He was definitely sucked in. There were times where I feel he wishes he had more time with his dad when he was busy doing other things. And we were just, you know, Hef was such a complex person, and I think as we talk about him, it helps us heal in our own ways.
Crystal, do you regret sending off that photo and going to that first party and going down this path?
first off, I never thought I would get picked. I didn't think I was pretty enough at the time, but I definitely got picked. I don't regret it. I think everything happens for a reason, and I am very grateful for the life I have now.
So between the book and the podcast, that the world is really going to get to know you. Does that excite you, or are you a little bit nervous for what's ahead?
I'm a bit nervous, but also excited. I'm excited for people to know my perspective and point of view of a place that's so public.
Yeah. What's your day-to-day life like now? We can only imagine what it was like sort of in the mat. What's it like now?
Now is very mellow. I enjoy my alone time. I bought a farm in Hawaii that I enjoy visiting, so I go between Los Angeles and Hawaii and just have a mellow life.
That sounds perfect.
You've got some stories to tell, Crystal. Lovely to talk to you this morning. Thank you for taking the time for us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, you can stream Crystal's new podcast, Beneath the Surface. It'll be fascinating, and it's available now.